With the DTEK 50, BlackBerry is presenting now its second smartphone on Android basis. First one was, of course, the Blackberry Priv. Some of you might have heard of this one here in the rumors in the web as Hamburg. And it's still alive, that Hamburg here. If you may have a look at this, BlackBerry Hamburg would have been a much nicer name than DTEK 50 in my opinion. But of course, it's coming from the DTEK app you might know from the Priv, because DTEK, of course, this is the security center here from BlackBerry where you can find everything. And this is from BlackBerry marketing called the most secure smartphone with Android system. So, of course, it's called then DTEK now. Yeah, but I really love this one here. It's even for some people who do not care so much about security or don't have any chance to get what's the hell going on here. You can just easily see that's okay here, or here is something I might but not must have been enhancing. And especially red means here you still have something to do to get better security. And of course, all the apps and permissions, Android 6, this is 6.01 by the way, now is giving you, for example, seeing, okay, what kind of app has which kind of information here, for example, why had a media player a location, and especially, okay, this is fresh, just 1 hour here arrived. So in case I might have used it for several days, you would see that row below there. For example, if this app would have been, let's say in 3 days, 600 times a location ping. So in that case, you would see a red bar below and you would see, okay, something is going wrong there. Why does this app has this one here, and what can I do, and what's wrong over here? And of course, give the permissions or not, like Android 6 is this doing now. But you're coming from that security app. Here is a security center, and that's easy even for people who do not care and know so much about that. I really love that. And especially, you have to think over, this is kind of the complete BlackBerry Priv feature set concerning, including here, for example, BlackBerry Hub. You know this, I guess. This is a communication center with email and text messaging and everything, and calendar. And here on that sidebar, you have everything in a short view and can add a new calendar appointments or whatever. So you have really the complete feature set from the Priv, but it's now, at least here in Germany, Europe, including tax, 339 euros. So way than half less of the now street price of the BlackBerry Priv after, what's it, half a year or something. So the complete package for less than half the price, this is kind of a good offer in my opinion. And of course, what I really love is you have these shortcuts here. Okay, I didn't get anything here like mail accounts or something, so this isn't working, but you can imagine how this works. Just one click and have a new mail, and one click and have a new event, and that mechanical button here in the right side, that's the same one. You can start an app or every action you want to. And what I like most about that enhancements from BlackBerry on that Android 6.01 system is this one here. All the apps with these 3 little dots below, you have pop-up widgets. Just a swipe up or down is working the same. You're coming pop-up widget here, and you get all the information the complete widget would do, but you do not have to place it permanently on your home screen. And for you who really love widgets just like me, you might know that you have to scroll 10, 12, 15 times until you're there where the app is what you need. So you have the complete feature set and the complete information, but you do not have to waste so much space here on the home screens. I find that idea really perfect, the great idea. So BlackBerry has really knowledge, really done very well, and the rest of it is really stock Android, native Android like you know it. or maybe here from the notification center. So you can use it right away just the way you want it. And of course, for those of you who might ask, of course you have the complete Play Store, the App Store from Android with all the millions of Android apps. That's kind of the trick with these new Blackberries here. You have the best from both worlds, security and know-how from Blackberry combined with Android and the App Store. Yeah, then let's come to the hardware specifications, of course. First, screen 5.2 inch, exactly 132 millimeters, and a resolution of only full HD. But by the way, look at this here, for example, you have 1080 by 1920 pixels coming to a density of 423 ppi. Or 278 pixels per square millimeter. And look at these really tiny, thin texts. You can read these without any problem. Exactly sharp. I don't think that you really need more, at least not if you're doing multimedia all the time or whatever. So absolutely okay. And especially 5.2 inch, that's exactly the average at the moment. And see here, just the thumb right now can neatly reach, kind of reach here over to the opposite end, but it's always already hard to get here. So for me, I guess this is big enough for my opinion, at least. And by the way, it's just lightweight, just 135 grams. For that dimension, it's 15% less than usual. By the way, it's 72 by 147 millimeters. Thickness is 7.3 millimeters. So nevertheless, it's very stable. If I'm trying to wind it here, I don't hear any sound. So build quality is okay, I'd say, especially for this price. Coming to the cameras, on the back side we have 13 megapixels, videos in full HD, and you have, by the way, 30 and 60 frames per second, dual tone flash here, and on the front 8 megapixels, and especially over here you have a front flash, front LED. So in case of some of you might remind, especially of this design here with these stereo front speakers also on the back, yes, of course, this reminds on that one here. That's the Alcatel Idol 4S. This would be the Idol 4, but I don't have it, unfortunately. So this is a big brother, but you can see it's that design here. And again, once more here, these stereo speakers front and back. Okay, the Alcatel Idols do have glass on the backside. That's looking more classy, of course, if it's cleaned. And I didn't, because I wanted to show you all these fingerprints here after, let's say, one day or something. So, and especially right in the summer now, it's getting slippery with that, of course. So I find the solution of Blackberry the better one. Okay, it doesn't look that classy because this is rubber and it's really rough. But on the other hand, it's feeling warm, giving the fingers a really good grip. So this is more secure once again. And I really love that one a little bit more, to have it, to grab it in the palm, to be honest, even if it's not looking that classy. So this is really the basis model from TCL, that's the mother company of Alcatel. And on top of that, Android built its DTEK 50 alias Hamburg and made all the software enhancements. Especially, you cannot root this one. Even the Blackberry Priv, at least Blackberry is telling me so, after 8 months, it's not been rooted. You cannot do that one. And of course, I know some of you say, okay, I can't root it, I do not need it, I want to have my own custom ROM on it or whatever. That's right, I understand you. But on the other hand, it's a security issue, of course, because if you root it, you not only lose your warranty, but you have also more possibilities for getting some virus or whatever. So in concerns of the security, this is absolutely okay, in my opinion, to not root it. And especially you get something for it. Because in that case here, Blackberry is promising that you will get the monthly security patches by Google the same day Google is giving them out for its Nexus phones. So the same day, not the other day. BlackBerry is promising, I guess, for the Priv 2, but at least here in this case, it's for the DTEK 50 as the most secure Android device. So you have immediately the updates from Google, and that's not at all something you will find on other manufacturers' devices, because let's see, for example, just 1 or 2 days ago, Motorola communicated we can't do that, not monthly. We make packages of 3 months, so you get quarterly updates. So some of the security patches will be 3 months old then. The only thing I could find at the moment is the internal memory. Of course, I know you have a slot here up to 2 terabyte. So I know also there are no 2 terabyte micro SD card at the moment, just 256, but that should be enough. But it's sure for the future. But on the other hand, it's just 16 gigabyte internal memory. All right, 16 gigabyte sounds good, but just take it out of the box. Update the operating system, update all these pre-installed apps here like DTEK and whatever. Some of them are mine here, of course. Not everything was pre-installed, but you have like that Blackberry Priv you can delete, but it's not that much. Nevertheless, updated all that, left 7.6 gigabyte net. So you're coming down from 60 gross to 7.6 gigabyte net. That's hard, especially it's 23% less net memory than usual. Normally you're getting out of 16 gigabyte or more, and especially compared to the price, it's 51% below the average. So you're getting half the net memory internal for the price than normally usual for 339 euros. So you have to pay that. Alcatel would have given you 32 gigabyte. Here you have these security apps and everything and the service behind it. So you have to pay for it and now have to decide, is security worth this or not? But on the other hand, let's be honest, 7.6 gigabyte, it's a lot. And especially you can move the apps to the SD card. You have a lot of storage here. You have cloud and everything. So in normal, regular cases, you should come over 2 years or even more without any problem. And of course, you have 4G, you have dual set HSPA, you have Wi-Fi SC, NFC, Bluetooth for 2, so everything you want to have. And the battery, last of all, of course, once more, like usual these days, it's fixed, it's built in. You cannot remove it by yourself rapidly. So it's 2610 milliamps, and we have to see how this is doing in the runtime tests. It might be okay because the processor is not the biggest one. It's a Snapdragon 617. So you have 8 cores, 1.5, 1.2 gigahertz. You have the Adreno 405 as graphics module. You have 3 gigabyte of RAM at least. So I guess you will be, because it's kind of the same combination like the Moto 4G roundabout plus minus something. And the Moto 4G at the moment is 21% below the average. So it's not the best choice for someone who wants the best, the most power, let's say for graphical enhanced games and most frames per second rate, or 25 apps in multitasking all the way. So you know what I mean. So, but for regular users like you and me, for example, you see that I'm doing this scrolling over here or opening apps. It's totally okay. You do not have any delay or something for the first time. Okay, when I'm opening the first time, second time it's going more rapidly, see like that here, or going into the app launcher here. So I guess for most of you it will be absolutely okay, especially for this price. Yeah, of course, we have to see more like runtime and camera quality, of course, and I will do the total testing of the benchmarks here, of course. This will be all in the final test coming as text on my website, mobiwatch.net. You can click on it, but give me some time, 1 or 2 weeks until I'm done with this one here. This is just the first impression here from the launch of the Blackberry DTEK 50, also known as Hamburg. Thanks for watching, take care and bye.